Hey guys, Joe Tunney here at Infiniti of Kirkland in Kirkland, Washington, just outside of Seattle. And when I'm looking for a car for myself, I always like that something extra, whether it's in the performance or the style or the low miles or whatever it is. If I'm going to get a car that's similar to a lot of other cars on the road, I want that something extra. And this particular 2010 G37 has a few something extras. First off, it's a G37S. So it's a sports package with a sport interior, larger wheels, more performance-oriented brakes. It has a posi traction or limited slip differential rear end, so both wheels are grabbing at the road to give you maximum traction. It also is an aerodynamic package, and you never ever see aerodynamic packages. We've sold thousands of Gs over the years, and I would say we've had no more than maybe a half dozen aerodynamic packages. So when we see one with the different front end, the more pronounced rocker panels, and then the spoiler in the back, again, it's that something extra that we like. This is a 2010. It has only 24,000 miles, so really low miles as well. Popular color combination, tinted windows already done. It's a really nice car for not a lot of money with lots of that something extra. So let's take a look around this particular car. I love the front end on the 2010s in general. It's a revised for 2010. And with the aerodynamic package, I like it even more. Sports package has the nice chunky wheels, and then these brakes are completely different actually than what you see on other Gs, and they actually need a larger wheel. If you put a standard wheel, you won't get the clearance over the caliper. It's a very robust caliper. And then if I look at the tires, I can see these tires need to be replaced, and so that's pretty common in the mid 20,000 miles for original tires on an Infiniti. It is a high performance vehicle. By the time you see this car, it will obviously have brand new tires all the way around. Taking a look all the way around, this car looks great. It is in very nice condition, albeit just a wee bit dirty. Now the G, it is a fairly boxy sedan, and so that leads to nice headroom. I mean, I'm 6 feet tall and about 200 pounds, and so even though I'm stretched out and comfortable here in the driver's seat, let's check out the back seat accommodations. And again, my knees aren't touching, plenty of headroom in the back. I'm actually stretched out and really comfortable. So for 4 full-grown adults, 5 in a pinch, yeah, you're in pretty good shape. Let me pop the trunk really quick. The Infiniti is a rear-wheel drive car. It does not share a platform with anything from Nissan. You know, a lot of people say, well, aren't Nissan and Infiniti the same brand? They're actually more different than you might realize. We don't have the same kind of relationship that, say, Honda does with Acura or Toyota has with Lexus. But there are a couple of cars in Nissan's product line that share similar architecture and similar running gear, and that is the 370Z Nissan, although platform-wise it's a bit different. It does have the same engine, 328 horsepower, 270 foot-pounds of torque in the case of the G37. Also, their high-performance GTR shares a lot in common with our G37 and G37 Coupe. But being a rear-wheel drive car, of course, you've got a drive shaft that goes from the engine all the way to the back, and so you have to raise the floorboard a little bit to accommodate that. Typically, cars with rear-wheel drive have pretty small trunks. This one's not actually half bad. The way that they do the struts in here as well, it doesn't have those big arcing hooks. So not only do you have decent trunk space, but it's not pinched by every time you close the trunk that it has extra hardware that jumps in there. Taking a look at the passenger side, everything looks just fine. Let's jump inside and take a look there. Now, as I said, this car has 328 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque, or foot-pounds of torque, however you like to describe it. And so it goes 0 to 60 in Edmunds.com testing at 5.4 seconds, even with an automatic transmission. So super fast. And the 21 miles per gallon average combined driving, that's actually not half bad considering the kind of performance that you're enjoying in this car. Being a sports package, the interior is completely different. You have these extra extensions here, a la BMW's done it for about 1 million years, and but it does make it more enjoyable for long trips. Clearly, sport seats are more comfortable for skinnier drivers. There's no other way to say it, but they do have deeper bolsters that really hug you, and they feel great. People with a bad back always prefer sports package seats if they can find them, because they are much more comfortable. Even though the other ones are called comfort seats, they're just more comfortable if you got a big rear end, because they're flat at the bottom and then they don't have these aggressive bolsters, and so a wider variety of people can be comfortable inside of them. But for a person like me, the sport seat is actually the much more comfortable seat. I'm 6 foot, 195 pounds, and so the probably a pretty typical size, and I think these seats are just marvelous. And so also with the sports package, you get these magnesium paddle shifters, right being up and left being down. They actually work fairly well. I'm not a giant fan of paddle shifters as a rule, and I'm also not a giant fan of Infiniti's paddle shifters, just shooting straight with you. But there are circumstances where the paddle shifters do work well, and so it just depends how you drive. If you drive particularly hard, I don't know if you're going to get the real benefit out of it, but for more standard driving, if you have a lot of hills where you live and such, sometimes there are actually some nice benefits to the paddle shifters. This does have navigation with streaming Bluetooth audio and a 9 GB hard drive for 2010. It also has standard Bluetooth as well. Premium package, you're going to get power tilt and telescopic steering. And so the nice thing about the, even our new Q50 does not have this feature. When you go up and down with the power steering column, you'll notice that the gauges go up and down with the steering wheel, so that the steering wheel never blocks your line of vision. Doesn't matter what your height is, you always see very clearly to the gauges. It's a feature I adore, and I don't know why they got rid of it, but I don't have to worry about it because this car has it. Has a 4-year, 60,000 mile bumper-to-bumper factory warranty, plus a 6-year, 70,000 mile powertrain warranty. So there's actually still some nice warranty left over on this car, free of charge from your friends at Infiniti. And if you have any questions about this particular Infiniti or any car here at our dealership, please don't hesitate to give me a call. My name's Joe Tunney. I'm the sales manager at Infiniti of Kirkland. You can reach me anytime at 425-821-1600, or just drop me an email at joet@infinitiofkirkland.com.